Found that I'm not piece of the club, and a ton of you paying attention to me on the spot you're not piece of the club. Possibly, you'd need to pass on a film. Since they believed you should have chance, no doubt you know they a most bizarre thing you realize. Say we're doing the film, I'm similar to approve, letting it be known ICE 3D Square is bringing down media outlets. And dim privileged insights in a stunning disclosure has sent shockwaves across the web. Unbelievable rapper Ice Shape has revealed insight into the secret bits of insight of media outlets through a new digital broadcast transferred via virtual entertainment Ice Block. Strongly uncovers an upsetting side of the business that has caught the consideration of millions. A specific concern is Ice Shake's case that regarded entertainer Jamie Foxx was missiled by influential people working in the background. The dazzling disclosure has left the world profoundly stressed as Foxx has been bafflingly missing since encountering an extreme health-related crisis. As questions keep on mounting, individuals are enthusiastically looking for answers and looking for reality. Go along with us as we dig into this holding scheme and present to you every one of the subtleties encompassing this continuous adventure. Obviously, before I spill anything, ensure first that you buy into our station and hit that notice ringer for additional updates and recordings like this. Presently, we should make a plunge. What makes them so distraught is the point at which you would rather not be a piece of a club that places them off. Every one of the makers in Hollywood concluded that they don't need anyone on their film put that haven't gotten an antibody. Ice Solid Shape, the acclaimed American rapper, whose genuine name is Oshie Jackson Sr., has sent shockwaves resonating all over the planet with his new momentous assertions in an enrapturing cut shared via online entertainment from his digital broadcast Ice Block. Strikingly pronounces that he stands aside from the favored internal circle that employs critical impact over media outlets. Tip top. It might astound some of you that I am not an individual from this restrictive club. Ice Solid Shape uncovered revealing insight into his non-inclusion eminently. He proceeds to reveal that his gay crowd has a similar pariah status. He cleverly guides out that superstars having a place toward the business tip-top effectively propagate a secret plan among their fan base, successfully absorbing them into this reputed selective club. The inquiry normally emerges, what is the idea of this cryptic club? Ice 3D Square has deciphered the code on the business elites. Divulging their intentions, he clarifies how these persuasive figures want to apply command over their companions, yet develop angry when people such as himself, the hotshot, refuse to adjust. What club am I referring to? I'm discussing the club of watchmen that we as a whole got to manage. Ice 3D Square's staggering disclosures have shaken the world, inciting profound examination and provoking a craving to uncover reality behind this clandestine club. As society wrestles with these disclosures, the quest for understanding strengthens, uncovering the mind-boggling elements of media outlets' power structures. Their ear is incited by people who won't be essential for a club that incenses them. The purported secret society employs enormous control over its individuals, resides purportedly, including figures like Jamie Foxx, who are said to have been designated by them. Apparently the business devotion lie exclusively with itself. As per Ice Shape, all VIPs experience this imposing club eventually in their professions. I'm alluding to the Guardians Club that we as a whole should defy. What many neglect to acknowledge is that the Guardians' impact stretches out a long ways past disguising the presence of this club from the public eye. Along these lines, it isn't unfathomable that Jamie's flow health-related crisis is some way or another connected to the plots of the Hollywood elites. You know who they will be. They certainly know who they are. Many individuals would resemble what who come on man quit playing so during the shooting of his film. Back in real life, close by Cameron Diaz, Jamie Foxx experienced a progression of difficulties that tormented the creation, as per reports by the Sun. Fox activities made grading on set, driving the excusal of 4 people engaged with the creation sources, guaranteed that James had a significant implosion over the issues. and requested prompt goal, bringing about the end of the staff individuals, page 6. Likewise revealed that the acclaimed entertainer pitched a fit terminating a leader maker to Chiefs. And, surprisingly, his driver fueling the strain, encompassing the undertaking, anyway the challenges during recording. And the pressure of creation negatively affected Jamie Foxx as he unexpectedly fell truly sick, with not a great reason from his group or family hypothesis, encompassing the reason for his health-related crisis surfaced when podcaster AJ Benza caused claims on the show to ask Mr. Drew, facilitated by Dr. Drew Pinsky. Benza asserted that Fox experienced a blood coagulation, bringing about a stroke and halfway loss of motion and visual deficiency, probably as an outcome of sweating a coronavirus antibody. He professed to have a source present in the room during the episode. This declaration immediately built up momentum via online entertainment with even unmistakable observers. For example, Candace Owens sharing their considerations, adding to its viral spread in the midst of worries about Jamie Foxx's well-being. And the astounding conditions encompassing his ailment, his quietness, with regards to this issue brings up issues fans and friends and family tensely anticipate Fox's reaction to reveal insight into the circumstance, remarkably the clear absence of comparable worries, encompassing Cameron Diaz, adds to the interest encompassing this unfurling adventure each creation. So you mean let me know each maker in Hollywood has this order offer me a reprieve? It needs to come a predominant paranoid fear charges that Cameron Diaz constrained Jamie Foxx to get coronavirus immunizations. Curiously, Diaz has had no contact with her long-lasting companion and co-star since his puzzling hospitalization. In April, a dear companion of Diaz, addressing the day-to-day Mail uncovered that she knows nothing about the subtleties encompassing Fox's condition, depending entirely on prattle. Moreover, troubling records arise proposing that Fox confronted vocation results in the event that he didn't follow the business-suggested immunization. It was accounted for that Jamie Foxx was cautioned about potential boycotting from Hollywood on the off chance that he would not get the recommended vaccination. Sadly, such occurrences are not extraordinary. In media outlets, Iceblock, in a new meeting with Joe Rogan, unveiled that he encountered a comparable circumstance. In the background, the rapper turned entertainer uncovered that while booked for a film creation, suddenly stopped because of strange issues. As per Ice Solid Shape, all industry makers would not project him except if he assented to the ordered inoculation robotized. And until individuals not to go receive available immunizations. I didn't let individuals know that I'm not doing this film since I would rather not be inoculated, yet some way or another. Some way the news hit you realize I couldn't say whether Hollywood journalist or someone put it out that to this end block isn't doing the film. These cases shed light on a disrupting design inside the business, where compelling figures face pressures connected with immunizations and their vocations, the conditions encompassing Jamie Foxx's case. And Ice Solid Shape's disclosure add weight to the thought that this is definitely not a secluded occurrence. The antibody command in Hollywood prompted a huge shift where just inoculated people were allowed on film sets. Ice Shape anyway immediately understood that the interest for immunization didn't begin exclusively from the makers. Yet from a more significant position, he found it dubious that each maker he experienced demanded his consistence, raising worries about a bigger impact directing their activities. Ice 3D Shape noticed that this order appeared to be common across each creation, driving him to address whether each maker in Hollywood shared this prerequisite. Because of his refusal to get the antibody, Ice Solid Shape was denied the valuable chance to be important for the film. Strangely, Iceblock decided to keep this event classified, yet some way or another, the data arrived at the news sources. The wellspring of the break becomes evident, recommending that someone purposefully revealed the subtleties. Shockingly, in spite of the wrongdoing of distributing somebody's clinical history, Without a sense, the news figured out how to course incredibly, no outcomes appeared to happen to the news sources, included demonstrating that strong powers might have been impacting everything ice shape. Deciphered this event as a purposeful strategy utilized to apply strain on him, constraining him into tolerating the requests being forced upon him. I was frantic in light of the fact that I had left the gathering, and I felt like it was a business thing. We as a whole developed men, and we could deal with business. Yet they made it individual Ice Shape's refusal to consent to the higher-ups and get the inoculation would have brought about huge monetary profit anyway. The endeavors to pressure him into doing so affected block in resulting proclamations. Ice block featured the pessimistic outcomes of the antibody, underlining that it had hurt more than great. Furthermore, the elites supposedly fired various police officers who would not be inoculated anyway. It is accounted for that.